Don't think about anybody. Don't think about, what people will be saying. Don't listen to anybody. You just do you, and you are just one start away. You Once you start, there is no stopping. You will keep going and going and going. It's just one
Do
start.
it yourself or DIY videos. We all have watched these videos on YouTube or somewhere. These are videos which help you do something at home by yourself in an easy and time saving manner. This guest today has actually taken it up a notch. She not only makes wearable and fashionable accessories by herself, but also upcycles old clothes of anyone around her into amazing pieces which she herself wears and sells also. So, this is Priya Karwa with an educational background in commerce and not fashion, killing it today on Instagram with her underrated fashion content. Thank you so much, Priya, for doing this episode with me. I've been looking forward to this episode since a long time, and right now I think I'll have a lot of fun talking to you about your whole journey, how you started, and your fashion stuff. I'm not going to actually say what you're doing because I let you introduce yourself. But really, it's going to be very exciting and very fun talking to you about your experiences, your journey, and how you reached to the point that you are now that you are at right now, and also what are your plans later on as well. So thank you so much for doing this episode.
Thank you so much for having me here. I have been wanting to talk about it since a very long time. Hey everybody, I am Priya Karwa. Currently, I make fashion videos, that is reels, on Instagram around fashion, DIY, upcycling. So what I do is I mainly upcycle old clothes which are no longer in use to something useful which is trendy and can be worn in day-to-day or not day-to-day life nowadays, and also accessories and other stuff. So that is about me, which I do currently, and I'm a BCom graduate. I don't have a fashion background, so that is another thing about me. Yeah.
Okay, that is really inspiring to see someone who doesn't have an fashion background as from NIFT or Pearl or anywhere, because obviously people from those big colleges from the fashion industry, I think they get into a lot of stuff like this. But seeing you like since I think you started last year, and seeing you grow in an exponential way and doing the stuff that you do, it's really inspiring. It's really, to be very honest, people should actually acknowledge, and they have started acknowledging the work that you do, the hard work that you put out. It's really incredible. So, what is DIY basically? How can you know, like, what is upcycling? What is DIY? How can people know more about it? What can people do? If you would also like to, tell them कि कैसे ये बहुत ज़्यादा helpful होता है.
So DIY is do it yourself. Anything you see around, you want to have it for yourself, but you can't afford it, or maybe you really want it in emergency. So you DIY, you make it for yourself. That is DIY. And upcycling is it could be upcycling anything, not just clothes. So you having the resemblance of the old thing with something new which you can use currently. That is upcycling. So it's basically having the essence of the old thing with the new touch. So it's like modern vintage. In my language, it's modern vintage. So that is upcycling for me. It also, like, some clothes hold some memories and stuff. So it's a way of keeping those for me. For example, I had a school blazer. So school blazer has a lot of memories attached to it, and I was not ready to give it to anybody. So I upcycled it to something which I could wear and is cool enough. And it also has the history and everything. So that is upcycling for me.
कोई ऐसा करना, like I have seen a lot of people use their clothes again and again in different ways altogether. But the major thing here is that upcycling in such a way where you are using your old clothes. I have seen you use your grandfather's clothes so long ago. उनका जो कपड़ा था वो use करके you have made it your own pants. Like your father's shirt, your as you said, your school blazer, everything. But how did it all start for you? What was the inspiration you had? What was the idea you had back then when you started?
Okay, so I have to go really back in time to tell you exactly why I am into this. So when I was in sixth grade, I did a thing where you used to make those thing for your school boards and class boards, right? So I just randomly made a chart paper, kind of a chart type of thing for my class board, in which I had reused a paper ka backside. And my teacher was so impressed by me that she gave me a star for that week. And that was the first star ever which I got. And otherwise, it would always be the nerdy students and the good students in the class who would get all the recognition. So I was so happy about it that did I do something different? I did something different and I got recognized because of it. And I always had a thing in my mind that yes, I should do more of it. And then I got to learn more and more about it. And then I was always into upcycling, like anything and everything I would upcycle in my house. But then college happened. I went to do BCom. I don't know why. And but I had actually was pursuing CA, and I actually wanted to do CA, not pursuing. And when pandemic happened, I was studying for law. I was actually about to give law entrance exam, but somehow it didn't keep me engaged. And when I came back home, I saw that I had no clothes with me, and I saw that okay, actually kept a lot of clothes पहले से ही मेरे पास थे एक bag में जमा, from which I wanted to make some other stuff, not like clothes for wearable. I wanted to make some vase, some other things, but this time I thought why not give it a try. And actually what happened in my college, there was a fashion team, and I was so into it. When college ended, I was like, what will happen to my to the love of my, the fashion के लिए जो love है, now it's gone. Now that the team is not there, and अब मैं कैसे express करूँ my love for fashion? So that's when it struck that no, it has not ended. You can still do something. Maybe you can try making another thing in this way and do it. So that's when it happened, when I was like completely broke and I didn't know what to do, sitting at home आराम से. So yeah.
I mean, having the देखो, एक तो हम लोग ऐसे बैकग्राउंड से आते हैं जहाँ पे पढ़ाई को बहुत ज़्यादा प्रेफरेंस दिया जाता है, एंड आई वोंट से कि वो पेरेंट्स का कोई गलती है या कुछ, बट या दे हैव सीन व्हाट दे हैव सीन एंड दे वांट अस टू डू सर्टेन थिंग्स दैट दे हैव सीन. But yeah, hats off for you to actually being able to actually pursue your whole thing, and I'm glad that pandemic actually helped you to do that. There would have been, it would have been a roller coaster ride. Obviously, ups and downs सब जगह होते हैं, but being able to actually start during the pandemic, at the start of the pandemic, and right now having around 3,500 plus followers after a year, having a great response to your stuff, it's amazing. And getting the inspiration from something which happened in college and which you didn't even know that you had, and understanding कि हाँ यही मुझे करना है, यही मेरा है, तो इसमें ट्राई करके देखते हैं क्या होता है. that thing is something that doesn't come so early for people, and इतना जल्दी या फिर उनको इतना पता भी नहीं चलता कि कैसे आ जाता है सबके पास. So it's really amazing. But as I have seen as I have said before also, and as I have seen also कि जैसे parents इतने जल्दी ready नहीं होते, क्योंकि obviously you have done BCom, you wanted to do CA, you were trying to pursue CA, you were trying to pursue law as well, but कहीं ना कहीं ये आपके अंदर था कि ये ज़्यादा ही अलग स्पार्क दे रहा था आपको, आपके लाइफ पे ज़्यादा ही इंटरेस्ट लेके आ रहा था, तो आपने इसमें घुसा. So what did your parents say, your friends, your relatives, people around you, how did they react? What were the prejudices you faced through them, or what were the ifs and buts? उनके तरफ से क्या था, या फिर जो भी ऐसा experience था, would you like to share that?
Okay, so something about me, even before the night, before the exam, I would always be making something. मैं कभी पढ़ाई नहीं करती कभी पढ़ती नहीं थी कॉलेज में भी. And so my friends used to see it, the hostel mates and everybody, and they were like, इसका क्या होगा? They used to be more tense than me कि ये पास कैसे होगी. And so my friends were actually really happy that I am finally doing something which I really like, and some were surprised that what has happened, and she has changed. And at that time I had a major heartbreak too, so they were like, okay, she is doing it maybe to deal with it, but actually it kind of helped me and it got me to a very better place. Now coming to my parents are still not okay with it, to be honest. My parents, they don't understand like what is this. See, at the end of the day, every parent, what they want is their child to be stable, to be able to earn money, and to be making a huge living out of what they do. And in this field, it's not easy to make a living out of it, right? So they get like इसमें क्या है, काटना बनाना, टेलर वाले काम है ये तो. एंड माई मॉम इज लाइक, आई डोंट गेट इट. समटाइम्स दे आर लाइक, ओ टैलेंट तो है तुम में, तुम कर लेती हो आराम से. एंड समटाइम्स दे आर ऑल अगेंस्ट इट. लाइक व्हेन आई मेक समथिंग and I want to wear it outside, my mom goes like, please ये मत पहनो, ये पुराना है. Like, you know, the kind of mentality which anybody will have, they also have, like कि तुम ये सब ढंग के कपड़े पहन के बाहर जाना. Like every time I'm getting ready, she's always like, ढंग के कपड़े पहन के बाहर जाना. I'm like, what is ढंग के कपड़े पहन, मैं पुराने कपड़े पहन के upcycle करके पहन रही हूँ, तो उसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या है? So I always have this conflict with them, but with time, slowly and slowly they are understanding, and I hope they will understand it very soon. So, again, coming to my family members. So the peers who are of my age, maybe age elder to me or someone, they are really happy that yeah, someone from our family is doing something and stuff like that. So I get really happy. But when it comes to relatives and stuff, like it's a mixed kind of thing. Some say कि मतलब there is one thing which I hate. When you show something or when you tell about something of yours and they go like, हाँ ये भी करती थी, वो भी करती थी, वो भी ऐसे करती थी, this comes. वो भी ऐसे करती है, unhealthy comparison comes. It comes out of nowhere. I don't understand why it comes. So that is something I face. I'm like, okay, ठीक है, मैं कुछ करने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ, आप मुझे ऐसे बता रहे हो, it's okay. I take it lightly and it's over. And some goes like, one thing which I have heard and it kind of, you know, it got stuck with me. Someone said कि छुटर मुटर काम है इसका. So they said कि ये जो छुटर मुटर काम है, ये काम तो हर कोई लेता नहीं है. So I went like, okay, छुटर मुटर काम है, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. I didn't say anything. I don't reply. I'm really kind of sweet and you know, ऐसे. When I reply very badly maybe. So yeah, this was there.
ये सब चीज़ तो एक्चुअली चलते रहता है, to be very honest, when it comes to, you know, relatives and everyone, because they don't understand. and एक mentality सब, I have seen it in my parents as well. वो लोग जैसे हम लोग जैसे किसी और के relative हैं, तो दे एक्चुअली रिएक्ट इन अ सर्टेन वे कि जो बाकी रिलेटिव शायद मेरे तरफ ऐसे रिएक्ट करते हैं. तो इट्स लाइक ये घुस चुका है उनके अंदर. एंड आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं हमारा जनरेशन विल अंडरस्टैंड कि रिलेटिव्स को एक्चुअली होना कैसा चाहिए and what to say and how to say it. And to be very honest, it's really hats off to you to be able to, you know, get, you know, absorb all the prejudices that you have faced around you, all the difficulties as well. But you know, while starting and today, if I ask you this question, whether internet was a boon or a bane for you, in regards to your work, so what would you say about it?
It has always. If there was no internet, I wouldn't have been here.
Okay.
Yeah, like I would always be watching videos on YouTube, how to make this, how to make that. Not since like when I started, उससे पहले भी हमेशा. In school also nobody taught you art properly or anything, and at house also nowhere. You are not taught about these things anywhere. Where do you learn from? Internet.
Yeah.
Where do you do your research from? Internet. If there was no internet, I don't know what would I have done.
So it's really nice. So it was a boon.
And internet became a place where I could show what I am. If there was no internet, I can't imagine, you know, how I would have been able to showcase myself.
Plus explore yourself.
Where I would showcase myself.
Plus explore yourself as well. You didn't even know that you'd be liking this. You'd be comfortable doing this. You'd be okay to face every criticism that you could have, but still do what you love. It's amazing because a lot of people say that internet is a bane, but yeah, it's good that it's a boon for you. It has been a boon for you. And yes, obviously, ये सब चीज़ अगर कोई करता है तो उसके लिए इतना easy नहीं है अगर internet नहीं होता.
There might be times where you are like, you know, people think that she's a different person on the internet, different person on the real life. These things come with when you are, you know, on the internet, doing something on the internet. But I feel like, okay, it's okay to have two type of personalities. It's my internet personality and this is my real life personality, guys. Please be able to cope up with it.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, if you are okay with it and if you have accepted that you can have two sides of yourself, where you don't show your actual life or the real you in the internet. That's your own choice,
Yeah,
that's your own life. And I think
yeah, it's
really it can be very devastating for people because internet is not that great as well. It's like 50-50
it's
bole.
not really great for your mental health at all.
Mental health also, and a lot of people who are actually villa and everything, don't have anything to do but criticize other people, make fake accounts, सबको demoralize करना या फिर किसी का mental health पे attack करना. There are a lot of people like that. So, and plus you being a woman doing something which is related to fashion, it can be really hard. That's for
Oh,
sure.
you will be receiving a lot of unsolicited dick pics when you are doing something on the internet.
I'm laughing about it, but it's really bad.
It's
Something.
bad. It is, but it is also good at the same time because there are, what I feel is people in your real life don't really appreciate you that much as people on the internet, and I'm so grateful
वही बोला ना,
to have
50-50.
those people.
Yeah, 50-50.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like you expect from a lot of people around you who have not been in the internet that way, who have seen a lot of things, experienced a lot of things, but are not that visible on internet. But then उन लोग की तरफ से नहीं आके people who actually see your work and see कि हाँ what you are doing is something that they also want to do or they are trying to do in a different way. उन लोग से जो appreciation मिलता है, it's
Yeah.
amazing, and it actually lets you go forward, move forward,
Yeah.
feel good about
Yeah.
yourself, feel good about the work, feel ऐसा कि हाँ I'm doing the right thing, this is the right path. वरना हमका ऐसा indication आता ही नहीं. And about these unsolicited pics and बाकी सारे जो hate comments, hate replies, hate messages all around on the internet. It's just that कि people are envy of you, jealous of you, सारे negative जितने भी feelings.
I feel really bad for them because they are going through some really serious issues which need to be treated, but it's not treated.
Yeah, I think they need to understand that किसी को और hate speech दिखा के आज के date पे you can affect them, obviously you'll affect them, but it's not that they'll end everything. If they know what they are doing is right and they have the support from people, it's very hard for someone who is doing something like this, harming someone's mental health in such a way. उनके लिए बहुत difficult होगा कि है ना, you make that person go down and leave everything. And talking about mental health, I would really like to talk about mental health and pandemic, because I just said that he started before the pandemic, and उस समय किसी को इतना mental health के बारे में अंदाजा भी नहीं था, खुद को मेरे को इतना अंदाजा नहीं था. I started talking about it when I got affected a lot. I started researching about it when I got affected a lot. सबके लिए it was good for a lot of people, it was bad for a lot of people, it was both for a lot of people, it was nothing for a lot of people. So I would really like to know how was not how was the pandemic, but what comes in your mind when I talk about pandemic and mental health.
Okay, so I would go back to college time again. So I had, in my second year of college, I had made a page named as Chimerical Imaginations for where I would sell string art, handmade cards, and everything. So I am doing I am there on the internet doing something since a very long time, since the second year of my college. Since then, I got to know how internet can affect you, how things can go and how everything, because I have been there. And सो मेरा ऐसे फेजेस हो जाते थे कि मैं कॉलेज नहीं जा पाती थी, मैं दिन भर सोई हूँ हॉस्टल में, नहीं उठा जा रहा है क्योंकि आई एम नॉट फीलिंग ओके. आई फील लाइक अब कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा, नथिंग इज राइट इन माई लाइफ, बिकॉज सिंस देन since forever I have wanted to do something and I am going towards something which I don't know what is happening. It's like क्या हो रहा है ये, कुछ पता नहीं है. तो जब pandemic happened, I was there in my hostel all alone. Some few girls were there who at the end became really good friends, but none of my friends were there, all alone. So a lot of things happened which gave me some really bad panic attacks, about which if I think, I don't know how to address them. But yeah, those panic attacks were so bad that the chimerical page I was talking about, that page was everything for me at that time. I deleted even that page. I deleted everything. it affected me that badly. It affected me that badly that I didn't want it to be seen anywhere. I didn't want it to be, I was like, मुझे कुछ करना ही नहीं है, मुझे कुछ जानना ही नहीं है, मुझे पता नहीं मेरे लाइफ में अब होगा क्या. And then I was there like 2 दिन तक. I didn't come out of my room at all. I don't know if I ate anything or not. It was really bad. So during the I got to know what a panic attack felt like, because I had that twice or thrice in 2 months. And then I came back home. Everything seemed even more shattered, because my parents and the lifestyle, everything here is completely different than what I had been there for a long time. Now it felt like सब कुछ जा रहा है, and dealing with a major heartbreak also at the same time, dealing with what you are going to do in your life. You have no idea about anything. So I used to be like, people used to call me tum kya, nobody, not people, but I only felt like, am I depressed or what? Do I need something? And what happens when these things happen with you? Every trauma in the past starts hitting you at the same time. So that used to happen to me for a long time, until I started doing my DIY. DIY was a thing actually which kept me calm, which kept me in my nerves, Okay, this is making me happy. This is making me the best. I love reading books. I'm always into books. But that also didn't make me calm at that time as DIY, as cutting. It made me so happy. Aaj ye karungi, aaj wo karungi. Every day waking up with a purpose is something which I wanted. And that started happening when I started it. So I would say a really big thank you to everybody who were there for me from the start, and not were like कि ये क्या हो गया. So when I started, there was a comment, the first day I made my profile public, there was a comment on the first picture like क्या गरीबी है. I knew कि ये होगा. I knew कि ये सब होगा, आगे और hate comments आएंगे और भी कुछ होगा. But it doesn't stop. You only grow and grow. जब आप ठान लेते हो कि हाँ आपको लाइफ में ये करना है, you want this, and you have every obstacle around you. It's not easy for you. You keep fighting for it. You can't just give up कि एक दिन किया, 2 दिन किया और खत्म बेड पे. आपको हर दिन करना होता है. So that was what kept me going. People, appreciation, my own will, everything. I was very happy, to be honest, after a certain time. I don't have to socialize with many people, because going out, mingling with people felt very hard for me at that time. I was like, still I feel very hard, going out, mingling with people. I'm around with my 2-3. I'm confined to my space, and but I felt like the loneliness hits most of the times. It felt like कि मैं कर रही हूँ सब कुछ लाइफ में, but what if I don't have anybody to share the happiness with? I am a person who gets very excited when I do something, and I always have this go-to person I want to share. And I used to get like, what if nobody is there? What if what is gonna happen? But then slowly what's the best thing which has happened to me is I started loving myself more than ever, and that is the best thing which can happen to anybody. So it was like, okay, all the negative energy is going from my life, and I am being able to love myself finally. I was able to accept my body finally. I have always been skinny shame. So I was like, yeah, and now I'm happier than ever. Earlier, if anybody used to make itna sa bhi comment mere pe, I used to get so affected. Now I don't get affected. Now I'm like, I know who I am, bitch. Stay quiet.
I would start with thanking you to for being able to actually share about your mental health, your struggles. It's not that easy for people to actually share it, and being in a podcast also, a lot of people will listen to your story. A lot of people will actually see what you have gone through, and I know why you're making that face right now. But हाँ, अभी होगा, and काफी लोग को पता भी चलेगा about it. But being this strong, it actually shows someone how it feels it's like बहुत empowering लगता है, बहुत strong feel होता है when you are able to actually talk about your feelings, what you have faced, what you have seen, and only you can understand, you can feel, and you can appreciate, or you can acknowledge that nobody else can, क्योंकि आप जो फील करते हो, आप जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग पे रहते हो, कोई और नहीं कर सकता। चाहे हम लोग कितना बार भी बोले, चाहे कैसा ही मेंटालिटी मैच ना हो, चाहे आप लोग छोटे से साथ में क्यों बड़ा ना हुआ हो, चाहे एक ही काम क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो, but it's not that easy for people to actually feel the same thing that you are feeling, or go through the same thing that you are going through. So seriously, kudos to you for actually being able to share that. And I actually agree, when I like, if I also share my story somewhere, then it's the same thing somewhere that I have also faced, where I didn't like, I mean, I got into a zone where I understood that who am I, what I like, what I want to do in life, what I want to change about myself, what I want to, be, how I want to be, and what kind of people I want around me, whom to cut off, whom to not cut off. And this social anxiety thing has been there in me right now. It was not there before. I have had a lot of friends, like, to be very honest, किसी को भी phone करके I was like कि हाँ चलो चलता है and all that. But अब ऐसा हो गया है कि there are some selected people I want to go out with, or some selected people I want to meet, some selected people I want to sit and talk. हाँ, बाकी लोग से कभी मिल लिया तो मिल लिया, but I don't like going out that much, with everyone and anyone. हाँ, नए लोग से मिलने में भी अभी भी मजा आता है, पहले भी मजा आता था।
Of course, it's always fun meeting new people.
So yeah, तो उस तरीका से भी it is really nice. But yeah, pandemic has been, as you said, that it has been an experience for you. It was good for you. You were happy as well. There were ups and downs, obviously, for me also. But yeah, I'm still trying to. Pandemic has not ended. I'm still trying to figure out my life. You are still trying to figure out कि end goal क्या होगा, क्या नहीं होगा. But you're still focused on what you want to do. It's amazing. Hats off. Be able to.
Same. You are also doing amazing.
To be able to be this strong and stand for your own thing, and prove yourself to your parents, trying to prove yourself to your parents, and acknowledging the fact that they'll take their own time. This is one of the major things that I have also learned. It was not that easy for me as well, because मेरे को भी लगता था यार ऐसे तो accept कर लेना चाहिए, क्यों नहीं कर रहा है. But slowly and gradually, when I sat and when I read articles, when I saw a lot of things on YouTube videos, हो किसी के podcast सुना हो या कुछ भी वैसा हो, I understood कि we always had to empathize with everyone if you want to understand what they are trying to say, or why they are doing the way they are doing anything. And like, the major role of my life has become to actually empathize with people consciously. अब यही करता है कि I need to think where that person is coming from. बाकी सब तो देखा जाएगा.
And also, like, what I have learned is being there for myself. Nobody is there. It's okay. That is important. You be there for yourself. You are your biggest cheerleader. Nobody is gonna love you like you do. Like, how you treat others comes from how you treat yourself and how you love yourself.
Absolutely. Saying sorry to yourself, accepting your dark side, accepting your wrong side, everything is actually important, to be very honest.
Yeah.
And वो चीज़ अगर आप खुद के साथ कर लेते हो तो बाकी लोग के साथ करना भी बहुत 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 ईजी हो जाता है. एंड इट्स लाइक कॉन्शियसली आपको एफर्ट नहीं डालना पड़ता, वो अचानक से अपने आप से हो जाता है. यू डोंट इवन हैव टू थिंक करने से पहले, एंड वो अपने आप ही आता है कि एम्पैथाइज, यू आर ओके एंड एवरीथिंग, क्योंकि आप खुद के साथ वो हमेशा करते हैं डेली. It's not just about gratitude, I think. It's just about loving yourself, as you said.
Yeah, and it's also about living life like an art.
The next question that I really want to ask you is that, as you are doing something which is very different from a lot of people, what they do, and जो भी ऐसा काम करते हैं, they are actually out of a very good college. काफ़ी लोग करते होंगे, but उनको इतना जल्दी recognition नहीं मिलता है, उतना जल्दी लोगों को पता नहीं चलता उनके बारे में. And you have got the chance to have certain reels reach 1 million views as well, and other reels are also doing great for you. Your followers are increasing, you have great comments. I have seen you share such great and amazing comments, and I really love your work as well. Plus getting featured in a very good article as well. I forgot the name of the article, but that was also something with a very, like, kitne alag bade influencers ke sath you got the chance to be actually in there. So it's amazing, to be very honest. Gajab, like, it's gajab. And that's why I really want to ask you, what is the most weirdest question that you have been asked about your work?
Okay, when you ask me, only thing which comes in my mind is there was one question asked by someone. It's not weird to be honest. It was like, my tailors are out of the town and I don't know if I can do it. Can you do it for me? And stuff like that. I don't even know if she was from my same town, but yeah, this was asked to me, and similar questions here and there were asked. But yeah, but I think some really good questions are also asked, like if you sell, can you do it for me? It's a way of telling. I feel like, you can say like, I have some clothes.
That's
There
why
are really
questions
good
are
questions.
weird, right? That's why good questions can be weird as well. There's a way of asking it. I mean, they made you a tailor. Fuck. Oh my god. That's too much to ask to a person who is doing something different altogether. That person is not that person doesn't have the job to tailor a fuck. This is crazy. उस इंसान का ये काम थोड़ी है यार कि वो टेलर बन जाए और तुम्हारा काम करके दे, तुमको सिल विल के दे. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, this is not a bad question. This is a very, very, very bad question to ask any influencer doing her work in a different way and ask that person कि मेरे यहाँ पे टेलर अवेलेबल नहीं है तो तुम मेरा टेलर का, या तुम रिलेटिव है नहीं, पहला बात तुम कोई नया अलग ही इंसान है, तुम उस सिटी का है नहीं है पता नहीं. दूसरा बात ये कि तुम कोई इसको पर्सनली भी नहीं चाहते कि तुम उसको पूछ के दे, या कोई पर्सनली भी पूछे तो थोड़ा सा कम से वियर्ड लग सकता है. बट दिस इज okay, this is funny, this is weird, this is funny, this is bad. Hats off to be able to actually handle these kinds of things, to be very honest.
I was like, okay, I hear you, but I was like, you cannot reply to everybody. And there are some really good questions too, and I'm really thankful for that. Like, can you help me upcycle this? Can you suggest me what to do? Can you? These questions I really appreciate.
Yeah,
and really enjoy helping out. Like you ask me, I will खुशी खुशी में बताऊंगी.
हाँ, but हमको टेलर मत.
हाँ, वैसे मैं हेल्प करूंगी, but you asked me to be your tailor.
Tailor मत बनाओ, tailor नहीं है. Something like this actually happened with me as well. As I advocate for mental health, one person actually reached out to me because she, something bad happened to her. I won't say what happened, but something bad happened to her, and a lot of people have actually reached out to me for therapists. Or how does therapy work? ऐसी message करते हैं, and I'm like, I'm pro mental health. So I was like, नहीं यार, if these people want help, obviously I'll do my best. And at the end of the day, I have a limit to help someone, right? मैं सब कुछ नहीं बोल सकता because वो therapist professionals ये लोग का काम है, मेरा काम नहीं है to help you directly उसी हिसाब से, और your personal friends, family and everyone. So that person was I'm not going to say कि गलत वे में कुछ ऐसा बोलूँगा, but that person was इतना indulged in me कि that person wanted to talk to me only about things. I was always saying कि नहीं यार, go for therapy. It's really nice. Try therapy again. Try someone else. But therapy will help you. And if it doesn't, you need to do something about it in a different way and try to, like मैं जो suggestions दे पा रहा था मैं दे रहा था. Doing what they love, having enough sleep, exercising, writing down the thoughts, or actually asking questions about your thoughts and how that cannot happen. Whatever I have seen, I have heard people say, I have heard other therapists or mental health practitioners say things like this. हम सब कुछ का suggestion दिया, but at the end of the day I couldn't. It's same goes for you. I think in a certain place ki, there are limits to things that we can do. There's not everything that we can do. You can help them, suggest them, that's all. You can't be their personal person कि तुम ही करके दे दो क्योंकि मेरे पास कोई और अवेलेबल नहीं. That's not how it works. हम लोग जो यहाँ पे कर रहे हैं, we are giving you ideas, we are helping you understand things, we are giving you knowledge, that's it. उससे ज़्यादा तुमको अगर कोई सजेशन चाहिए, we are ready for it. उससे ज़्यादा तुमको कोई और हेल्प चाहिए, we are ready for it. But तुम्हारा पर्सनल वो बनना, it's not that easy for us. हम लोग का खुद का बैगेजेस है, खुद का लाइफ है, and we don't know you personally. तुम हम लोग से DM में बात कर रहे हो, so just an out. I think ये चीज़ बोलना भी ज़रूरी है कि आप कभी ऑफेंड मत होना अगर आप हम लोग जैसे किसी भी इन्फ्लुएंसर को या किसी भी इंस्टाग्राम क्रिएटर को आप रीच आउट करते हो और वो लोग नहीं कर पाते हैं.
And we cannot reply. Yeah.
Please, don't get angry, don't get just understand and empathize कि they can also have problems in their life. They are also going through stuff. सो अगर नहीं करते हैं तो नहीं करते हैं, और किसी को कर देते हैं तो इट्स वेल एंड गुड, नहीं कर पाते तो नहीं कर पाते हैं, दैट दे हैव टू
Yeah,
अंडरस्टैंड.
matlab, and we also get sometimes, like I don't want to use my phone most of the times,
Yeah,
क्योंकि
yeah, absolutely, I understand that.
and it gets kind of overwhelming at times. Sometimes it's unreal. The type of love we receive is also unreal. I cannot digest the fact ki how am I able to receive this? Like, am I even deserving? But then next day you have to bring yourself back to the cloud that okay, you can deserve this, you can get it. So wo wala thing also keeps coming. That's when you have to keep that mental health balance about ki okay, you are capable, you deserve it, you will get it, queen, you will get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to be your own hype.
Yeah, वो बहुत important है man. It's really important to hype yourself up on things, and as you said कि overwhelming हो सकता है, तो ये सब चीज़ करना भी बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. You can't always depend on someone else. You need to be your own hype man as well. So yeah, absolutely. The next question that I really want to ask you is that, what kind of advice would you like to give anyone who wants to start something like this, who wants to do something the same way as you're doing, DIY, upcycling, anything like that?
I mean, only one advice which I will give is don't think about anybody. Don't think about, what people will be saying. Don't listen to anybody. You just do you, and you are just one start away. Once you start, there is no stopping. You will keep going and going and going. It's just one start, and you have to, you will always have to keep yourself first, and there will be a lot of downs initially. It will take a time. You don't have to know about everything. You will figure it out eventually. So just start. Always, it's just a start away, and you will learn everything eventually. And don't be afraid of showing anything on them, कि मेरा ये अच्छा नहीं हुआ. I also get sometimes like, this didn't come out great. But I show. Sometimes I show. Sometimes I don't.
You need to say, speak about your failures as well, चाहे वो छोटा हो, बड़ा हो, जैसा भी हो. And inaccuracy भी अगर कहीं पे है जहाँ पे आपको लगा कि और बेटर हो सकता है, you can tell that. So outspoke आपको करना जरूरी है, क्योंकि सबको लगता है कि हम लोग perfectionist बन जाते हैं, but it's not that easy.
Which nobody
I am
is.
pro mental health. I am pro mental health every time. तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपको अगर मैंने therapy बोला, like I'm just asking you to go for therapy, or I'm trying to push you in a way जो आपके लिए ज़्यादा burden वो नहीं हो. It's not important कि आप therapy जाओ. अगर आपको नहीं सुनता आप मत जाओ. अगर आप गए, आपके लिए वर्क नहीं किया, it's okay. If therapy doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's okay. There are a lot of ways you can actually understand your mental health and be better in your mental health. Therapy is not the only way, but people don't acknowledge that. People don't understand that. And same goes for you. आपका फैशन का जो वर्क है वो शायद कभी कभी एकदम एक्यूरेट नहीं आए जितना आपको चाहिए होगा, चाहे वो कहीं ना कहीं ऊपर नीचे हो. It's your thing. क्योंकि अगर आप गलती नहीं करोगे तो आपको समझ में तो नहीं आएगा, आपको नहीं पता चलेगा. आप जब तक उसको एक्नॉलेज और एक्सेप्ट नहीं करोगे कि आपने गलती किया है, और आप लोग को भी नहीं बताओगे कि जो आपको फॉलो कर रहे हैं, जो आपसे इंस्पिरेशन ले रहे हैं, उनको भी नहीं समझ में आएगा. तो आई डोंट थिंक इट्स दैट इजी, क्योंकि एवरीथिंग इज नॉट ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट. बीच में ग्रे है, बहुत ज्यादा ही ग्रे है, एंड पीपल नीड टू एक्नॉलेज दैट. इट्स नॉट जस्ट राइट और रॉन्ग और इनकरेक्ट करेक्ट. It's always, there is always a baseline जहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता है, null and void हो सकता है. That can be a gray area. उस चीज़ को भी acknowledge करना जरूरी. So the last question that I want to ask you, that I have asked a lot of people around me, the people I have talked to on my podcast, and I really want to know, because I think there is a lot of difference that people see in themselves after they started. It's only been a year for you, year and a few months. But the experience that you have had, it has started from a long journey since your college, and having your own struggles, having your own ups and downs, has changed you from a person that you were when you started. Has changed you totally to become a person that you never thought you could be. Accept that person actually and love yourself, as you said. So I would really like to know, what kind of differences you see when you compare the Priya that you are today to the Priya when you started the whole venture that you have, about your DIYs and upcycling.
So Priya, the previous Priya was always worrying about, was always, I had this constant fear of that people might be judging her, that what will people think. And now she just doesn't care. She is like, judge me, come judge me, I don't care. One of them. Secondly, like, she was dependent. She always needed someone to be, कोई चाहिए होता था बस हर समय. Now I'm like, I don't need anybody. I have, me fully. You have to be there for yourself completely. She was not aware of how criticism can play roles, like how criticism work, and how she didn't know what she wanted from life. Now she knows what she wants from life: happiness. She wants to be truly happy. That's the end goal, with some money, of course. Earlier, the Priya which I was, she was always acceptance. उसको acceptance चाहिए था. वो, she was like, she was a people pleaser. In short, now I'm like, I can't please you. You have to, or why do we have to impress anybody? Just be you. If you are you, if you don't get impressed by my authentic self, then sorry, it's not working out between us.
I think I have known you for a while, and I have learned this from you. I think somewhere you had this influence in me where I could learn, how to be that person who doesn't care and be your own authentic self. Talking to you somewhere has helped me to understand, not caring about the world actually helps a lot. Actually
Yeah,
lets you
of course
do
it is.
actually,
You,
actually it lets you do things that you never even thought that you could. It actually makes
yeah,
you do things you thought you always wanted to do, but you stopped somewhere, and अचानक से ऐसा लगता है कि you have done it already, and you're like, I did it. It's
yeah.
amazing. So thank you so much for that.
So there is this book I read, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I think this is one of the best books I have
You have
read
been
till date.
you have been recommending me a long time.
Someone recommended me this book, and I really am thankful to the person for this recommendation. That book has helped me understand people's perspective better too. So yeah,
That's really
uh,
nice.
you know,
That's really nice. I think a lot of people should read that book because
yeah, there are a lot of books like that.
मैंने भी बहुत सुना है कि that book has actually helped a lot of other people as well to understand people का perspective rather than their own perspective,
Yeah,
and how 10
yeah,
people in front of you can have the same perspective or can have 10 different perspectives. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the recommendation. So thank you so much, Priya, for doing this episode with me, being this vulnerable self, and being this authentic self, where you could share what you have done, your experience, sharing your wisdom as well, sharing a book recommendation as well, and also being so pro creativity. I think not a lot of people are aware that उनका जो creative self है उससे वो लोग कहाँ से कहाँ तक पहुँच सकते हैं. So I'm really happy to be able to do this episode with you. I'm really happy to have the opportunity to talk to you, and I'm really happy that we could talk about your whole journey. So thank you so much for doing this episode.
Thank you for having me here. And one thing again, which I want to tell everybody: if you really want to do something, you will be able to do it if you put your full mind and interest in it. It can be anything, like literally anything. So yeah, thank you so much, Samarth, for having me here, like letting me share my experience and be vulnerable, and it was really interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much everyone for listening to this episode. If you like my content and still haven't subscribed to my channel, you can do it now and help me grow. And if you like the episode today, please like, share and comment as well. And I have shared a few links down on the description below. Please give a follow. Also, my podcast is available on various other platforms. The link to them are on the description below. Thank you so much everyone. Next episode next Saturday.